Hello gamers, and welcome to a preview of the first of two divisions that will be arriving with the Nemesis 5 DLC. The first one I'm going to look at is the División de Infantería Mecanizada Guzmán el Bueno n.º 2. Guzmán the Good, like a medieval hero and noble. And it's a NATO division, and they were supposed to fight in North Africa or southern Germany at the Czech-Slovak border, and this is actually where they end up in the WARNO timeline, and will fight against the Czech-Slovak army, and they will provide us with the second division. So I'm going to look at all the units and stuff, and I will soon feature it as well in my Playing Every Division series. Stay up to date. It is called a mechanized division, but it's more like a motorized division, so no good IFVs or anything like that. Let's start with looking at the infantry tab. Very cheap slots. As you can see, it's clearly like an infantry division. Only the last slot is 2 points, all the others are 1 point. Very decent logistic tab activation slots. Artillery, okay. First 3 slots very cheap, lots of options as well. Tank tab, not so great with slots. Recon also, yeah, I'd say average. AA decent with regards to slots, that is. Helicopters, 1 slot, 1 helicopter. And air, very few options, but only 3 really affordable slots. So this will be quite interesting to build, I think. So here we've got the Kaga. This is a plane that already exists, and like I said, it's a preview build. I also put a small notification at the bottom left. So I think Hibi already pointed out, still says United States, and on some vehicles it's the from the 1st Spanish Division División Acorazada Brunette. They've got this emblem, but then again also I think this division is supplemented a bit by detachments from other divisions or corps, so this might actually be accurate. So you get a helicopter plane, a cargo helicopter, 750 supply, 35 points only. I think that's a very decent choice. In particular, if you want to get stuff quickly to the front line, you get 2 cards of the Pegaso and 1000 supply for 40 points, and you get 3000 in this, which is perfect to stay way behind the front line to supply your artillery. Really good vehicle for that, because you pay way less per supply unit. You know, the more supply a unit carries, the cheaper the supply actually gets. So that's a really cool option. And you get the HR-15 Mando, which I think is new, at least in this variant. Command helicopter, it's squishy. You get 3 of the Santana mod Mando, a longer Range Rover basically, and yeah, 3 on the card. It's very fast. This is really cool, and this option is a bit nice. I mean, you get a machine gun, you get smoke, but 100 points, and then it can't really fight, to be fair, and you only get 2 on the card. I think that's a bit underwhelming if you compare it, for example, with the Chaika, which is, for example, in second cards, and I think 56th maybe, which can't fight at all and doesn't have smoke, but you get 3 on the card, or other vehicles like the BMP-1 command variants have a similar price tag. I think they are better. You also get a forward supply point, so that's good. With regards to the machine guns or the infantry tab, you've got the machine guns, medium machine gun, grenade launcher, and heavy machine gun, which is a bit cool because it can shoot against aircraft as well. So this is actually a really nice option against helicopters. One thing to keep in mind, if I recall Protos's video correctly on the patch, the machine guns will be nerfed a bit. I think they lose some suppression, 5% points of suppression. You can bring them with a grenade launcher. Here, this heavy machine gun, the grenade launcher, or with a grenade launcher. Transport But personally, I think this is maybe the best option because it gives you some versatility to fight against aircraft as well, or potentially the MG42 variant, which allows you to, bring more. You get 8 instead of 5. They're way cheaper, so much better for early deployment. So I guess it all comes down to how do you want to build your deck. You get the military police, 4-man submachine guns, not for fighting, but security trade. And military police trade, both vehicles have the military police trade. And this one is new, the Siata 500 PM. Looks really cool. And personally, I think that this, suppression regeneration bonus is really, really helpful. Then you get some Zapadores. They're already in the Brunetti division. You get the leader. He can come in this BMP. In the M113. Obviously, it's not a BMP. Wrong faction. Or in the faster Pegaso. Not too great the option. No, it's cheap, but this dude is 6-man, 6 machine guns. Shock. Yeah. Then you get the Saboteurs BMR. They are new. And not only is this guy cool with his sunglasses, but they've got submachine guns, a grenade, which is nice. And they come in this new infantry carrier, basically, with a machine gun, heavy machine gun even, and 2 frontal armor. The normal BMR doesn't have this kind of bulldozer thing, and it has 1 less frontal armor because of that. The price is the same though, so I'd go for this one. Then you get your ordinary Zapadores with satchel charges. They're already known. And 9 men on the card. Here you only get 8. Personally, I think, and you get the Toa. It's just 1 frontal armor. And if you look at these stats, you get 7 normal Zapadores and only 5 Zapadores BMR. You lose the BMR and you lose the medium machine gun, but you have 1 more dude. I don't think that the medium machine gun is that helpful for a CQC unit. No, come on, close, please. Okay. The BMR is quite nice, but is it worth the 1 extra armor and the faster speed? Arguably not, because you lose 3, which is quite substantial, I think. No, 2, sorry, you lose 2. Then you get the Zapadores M65 with an M65 anti-tank rocket launcher. They can also come in the VCS, TOA VCS. So it's like a variant, pretty much like the BMR variant. It's like this kind of super variant for that. The unit as such, can be nice with SMGs and an AT capability in CQC. It should be good against most CQC units other than those with dedicated CQC weapons like satchel charges. You get the already known Fusileros line, basically. The Fusileros Mando is your leader of choice. You can come in this one, 50 cal. In Steel Division 2, I'd say 50 cals are amazing, but here they are okay. Fusileros can come with a grenade launcher. 9 men strong. The Fusileros M65 are 10 men strong, and that is because they get an extra, the extra anti-tank rocket launcher. They lose 1 medium machine gun and gain 2 battle rifles. So I think the loadout is actually better. Also, you get more men, but it also costs you some availability and also 15 points more per unit. Then you get the Fusileros C90 with your good anti-tank rocket launcher with 18 penetration and then 11 battle rifles. You get 11 strength as well, which is quite nice. So the machine guns get nerfed, but the recoilless rifles get a buff of about 5% points, I think, for their accuracy. So this is your first option, Santana TSR 106, which I think is new for them. Then you get a new line here as well with the Fusileros BMR Mando. They can come in the BMP as well for 10 extra points. I think it's worth it. You know, it's got smoke and 50 cal. The leader itself can fight. It's more like a range fighter, but he's got smoke, 8-man strong, and he's just 10 points more. So I think he is clearly superior. Also 2 more men. You get 4 cards of the Fusileros BMR, and they are a bit like the Fusileros C90 with regards to their AT capability, but they have a medium machine gun, but also less men, which is a bit of a shame. But they can come in the BMR PP with the 50 cal or with the grenade launcher. So actually quite nice. It's also a bit cheaper, 4 cards. You get the recoilless rifle here. You get the Milan, card of Milan. You get the card of Milan 2. And you get an Ito. So quite nice, actually. Artillery tab. You get 81 and 120mm mortars. The 120 mils can come with an armored personnel carrier, basically. PM113. You get the TOA PM81 mobile mortar. Quite nice. You get another mobile mortar and yet another one. Now this one is 120 mil, this one is 81 mil, this one is 81 mil as well, but with less ammunition. So rate of fire is better with the one with less ammunition. Servo length is the same. Yeah, I mean, it really depends what you want. I would go with the 125 ammunition, I think, and live with the slightly longer aiming time. Availability and price are the same. Or I'd go with the 120 mil. Then you get the Rhinosa. So it's a howitzer. Not great damage AT capability though. Then you get a Soviet A-19 from World War II. You get the M114, which I think is kind of vintage as well. Yeah, it's American vintage, I think. And you get a 203mm variant as well, which is disheartened, or reserved, I should say. But that shouldn't matter too much because it will be quite far away from the front line. But accuracy is reduced, but still the damage output is quite substantial. So this could be an interesting option, in particular for team games. You get 2 cards for quite a cheap price. You can rain hell on the enemy, potentially. You get the M108, which can work as an AT weapon as well. The howitzer damage output is not great though. Or you get the M109 A1B for the actual decent AG damage output, but no AT capabilities. And then you get something new, old school, kind of reactivated multiple rocket launcher. It deals a lot of suppression, but 600 supply is a lot, but could be an interesting option before you do your infantry push. Tank tab, you get the Santana Milan, which apparently is new. You get the M113 with an Ito. You get the BMR CC with an ITO. No, sorry, with the TOW 2 actually even. So this is a really nice option. You get 2 cards, luckily, because your tanks are a bit meh. They're kind of like vintage tanks, but a bit improved. So you see 9 front armor is very bad. 17 penetration for the command unit here. And here it's also 9 and 17. The other commander, let's directly compare them, has the better range. Also, this line doesn't have smoke. And these do have smoke, which I think is an important feature. And the price difference is not that great. So better range, the accuracy is really, really good actually. Yeah, slightly better frontal armor. Same it goes here. You get slightly better frontal armor. You get smoke. You get the better gun because it's got better range, better accuracy, and you get 3 cards of this tank. So it can be a bit spammy, this division. And for heavier tanks, you've got your TOW 2. Rack and Tab, you get the already known Tiradoras. They can come in a helicopter as well, if you want to risk it. But only 300 card. It's your sniper, airborne, so very forward deployable sniper unit. Yeah, well, double sniper actually, but it's quite costly. This sniper though has good range. And you get the Reconocimiento, which is basically your cheap, very cheap Recon squad with 4 men only, but it gets the job done. It's got very good optics and exceptional stealth. And you get the Santana Rasura with exceptional optics. And then you get a very new unit in the Teleoka. Very good optics. And it's a SIGINT unit. So like the truck you get you got in Nemesis 4 with second guards. So this does second SIGINT signal intelligence vehicle with which you can triangulate enemy positions if you bring 2. You get a Recon helicopter, which is nice. You get the Exploradores, already known. They can come in a helicopter as well. The unit as such has AT capabilities and is quite beefy, which is nice. The Ginetes also have AT capability, also are quite beefy. They cost less. It's 1 man less. So you basically lose 1 battle rifle and 1 man, but gain the anti-tank rocket launcher. The rest is better. The rest is the same. So yeah, I am interesting to see the Ginetes being cheaper. I'd value the anti-tank rocket launcher a bit higher. Then you get a really cool Recon tank, which is new. It can spot on its own. It's got good optics at least. So this is quite a nice option. And you get the VEC 25, already known. Autocannon, smoke, really nice vehicle. And then there's a new special ops unit. Here you see it's got the Commandos trait or the Special Forces trait and shock. And they've got, I sometimes use as Steel Division 2 lingo. I'm sorry. So 5 assault rifles, machine gun, sniper rifle, and CQC capabilities. 8 man, quite capable. They can come in a helicopter. The question is, do you want to use them for Recon or do you want to use them for behind the lines shenanigans? Because they don't have an AT weapon, I don't think they are good for behind the lines shenanigans. I think it's better to deploy them and use them in a CQC fight to clear the forest, for example, get to the edge of the forest and then resupply and scout, I think. AA tab, good slots, but what you get is very meh. You get this 20 mil, you get the double 20 mil, you get the Bofors, you get the 20 mil on the truck, and you get the double 20 mil on the truck. And because of the recent nerf in the anti-infantry capabilities, this is really bad. I mean, you can still take out helicopters or go head-to-head with one infantry squad, but it's a bit not so great, I think. So this is apparently only in this division. But you also get 2 cards of Eyehawks, which at least gives you a good shot at aircraft. So you probably want to take both cards of Eyehawks. I'd take them unvetted because those 5 extra percent points don't make that much of a difference. You lose 2 in total, 2 Eyehawks. So I'd go for 6 Eyehawks. And yeah. And because you need 2 or 3 to safely shoot down planes, even the better planes. So and if you just have 4, you're very spread out, or can't take any units out properly, in my opinion, as a non-pro player. And then supplement that with something like maybe even on a truck, maybe this B2 bow as well, at the edge of the forest, or the Bofors, because it's got the best range. Helicopter, you just get this one. It's like kind of like I read in the dev blog, it's like a makeshift helicopter. They just attach some stuff to it to make it, capable to fight. And I think this light support or minimalistic support is better than no support. Then AirTap. The C11 and C14s are basically Mirages, Mirage 3 and Mirage F1. So you get a rocket there, but they are a bit shittier. For example, I think they have less ECM. So here you get a rocket plane. I'm not sure if that's too great. You get a cluster bomber. You get an HE bomber. You get a combined HE and cluster bomber. That's, I think, is really good. And then you get 2 different AA fighters. One with 7th kilometer range, 2 air-to-air missiles, plus 2 air-to-air missiles that can also take down helicopters. Or you go for this one, and the difference is ECM is 30%, by the way, so that's actually not too shabby. Here you get the Super 530F semi-active radar, also only 2, but it's got a range of nearly 7,000. Price is the same, and it's a bit odd. Can you explain that to me? So this is basically exactly the same plane, same ECM, same optics, same rotary cannon, same AIM-9P. The only difference is the air-to-air missile with a longer range. And I really wonder why they have the same price, because one has less range. I mean, less range, but a bit more accuracy. Yeah, which could justify the same price, I think. And it's just 200 meter difference, well, 175, so not too much of a difference, I think. So maybe the accuracy is actually better, but that in turn means I would use these 2 cards and I would not take this one. They both look cool though. And this looks even cooler, I think. Yeah, so this is the Spanish division. I think it leans heavily into the infantry tab because you can bring a ton of infantry in rather shitty transports. You combine that with good artillery, which will be in particular nice with the forward supply point that you cannot really bring in 1v1. So that makes it kind of like an infantry spammy, artillery spammy 10v10 division in my opinion, without having played it yet. And your tank tab, basically, you need those TOW2s, probably even both cards, and then you've got your spammy tanks. Yeah, early aggression with your cheap tanks, and then solidify your position could be the way to go with this division in 1v1, but that remains to be seen. Also, I want to feature it very soon in playing every division, so stay tuned for that as well. Let me know what you think of the division, and I will let you know my favorite unit of the new units. I think it has to be the guerrilleros because I think it will be fun to clear the forest with them, and they are cool dudes. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until then, bye for now.